Hey guys, we've had a few messages from people on Patreon and a couple of comments on videos and a couple of other questions from people asking about what's happening with YouTube. So this video is just to let everybody know so that we don't have to keep answering everybody individually. Those of you who missed the first story, about 3 months ago we noticed that all the ads had disappeared off our videos, and because we get a couple of cents, a few cents off each video, usually from advertising from YouTube. So we noticed about 3 months ago that it had disappeared, and then we checked our status and found that YouTube had removed monetization, removed the ads from our videos because they said we'd been duplicating videos. And those of you who've watched any of our 3,800 odd videos will know that we don't duplicate videos. All our videos are made by us. So they weren't interested in talking about it or telling us which video in particular we duplicated or anything else. It's just an automatic thing. They automatically remove your monetization for a month and then you can reapply. So we reapplied, and then another month later they reinstated it, and then we noticed, even though they'd reinstated it again, so it had been down for 2 months, so we lost about $500 in revenue, and then we noticed that they'd reinstated it, but that the ads weren't appearing on the videos and there was no income. So even though everything said the videos were monetized and that the channel was monetized, there wasn't actually any ads on the videos, and the income graph, there's a little graph that shows what your income is, and it's just this flat line along the bottom, along the zero, just one long flat line. So we sent an email to, what do they call them now? Creator support. We sent creator support an email, and because they sent back a cut and paste and said, you know, we'll look into it, get back to you. And because another month passed, and then about a week or so ago someone sent us a message and said there's ads on your videos, and so we checked, and yeah, sure enough, there's ads on our videos. And we checked the little graph, and it had jumped up from zero, it had jumped up to 70 cents or something. Oh, big jump to 70 cents. And so the videos had started making money again. And so I was like, oh well, whatever, they fixed it. And because we never heard back from creator support, not real supportive creator support, you might have noticed from these stories. But I mean, it's not the people in there, you know, those guys are in there, they're just happy to have their job at Google, and they're just given a bunch of cut and pastes that they're allowed to send and nothing else, basically. So they don't actually have the power to do anything. They don't even have the power to write their own email. They just cut and paste the standard responses to all the different questions. Quite often, unfortunately, the cut and paste isn't relevant to your question. That can be really frustrating. So, but you know, it's just the deal. You don't expect any results from those guys. So anyway, right, okay, well, it's working again. That's fabulous. So we worked out that we'd lost about $750 or something like that, probably, from the views that we'd had and the watch time that we'd had over that 2 or 3 months. We worked out we'd lost about $750 in revenue, which is pretty yucky. And then funny thing is, a couple of days later, suddenly this message turned up from creator support, and it was a cut and paste, and it said, thank you for your patience. We are still looking into your problem and we'll let you know the outcome. Right. So I responded to it and said, yeah, look, thanks, it started working again, thanks anyway. But, you know, to be honest, we're pretty unhappy. We've been making videos on YouTube for 10 years, and, you know, to be penalised $750 for something that we didn't do, you know, we didn't duplicate any videos. And that's obvious, because if we'd been duplicating videos, they wouldn't have reinstated the monetization, right? That's why we applied for it again, because by reinstating it, it shows that a human being did actually look at our channel and decide that we weren't copying videos. So we were innocent, right? So I basically said that you know, it makes us feel pretty bad that we've been making videos on YouTube for 10 years, and that we get this random punishment of $750 unjustified and unexplained. You know, they never did tell us what video it was that we're supposed to have duplicated, because there isn't one, right? So sent that to them, and then a few days later another cut and paste came. Thank you very much for reaching out. We understand, it was just a cut and paste. We understand your frustration. Thank you very much for your patience. If there's anything else we can do to help you, please let us know. Which, you know, you're tempted to write back and say, well, give us our $750, you robbers, you know. Because, you know, to us, 750 bucks, you know, it's hard not to think of that in terms of what that could, what bills that could pay. You know, we've got a corkboard with all our bills are pinned up there, you know, and it's $750 to take that bill and that bill away, you know. So it sucks, but there's no point, because we know, you know, those guys in there don't have the ability to do anything. You know, they probably know that their days are numbered, because slowly the YouTube, Google thing's getting more and more automated. And ultimately, there'll be very, very few people left in those offices anyway, because they'll be able to just scan our emails and send a cut and paste response, or, you know, or an automatic response just based on what words are in our email. So those guys in there, their days are numbered as well. And when they lose their job, no one's going to listen to them either. They'll send their boss an email saying, why did I get fired? And he'll send back a cut and paste response, thank you for reaching out. So look, it's just the deal. You guys know, if you deal with big corporations, you know, it's just the deal. However, we're still keen. We've promised if we reach our goal on Patreon, that when we put new videos up, that we won't monetize them, because we can actually turn off the monetization. And we'd really like to do that, because we really don't like contributing to the Google empire, even though it's only peanuts to them and they wouldn't care and they don't notice. It's just our feeling about it. You know, we used to have Google AdSense ads on our websites, and a few years ago we took them off and replaced them with affiliate ads. Now, the benefit of that is, first of all, we can choose what ads we put on there, and we're dealing directly with the companies concerned, and we can choose companies that we sort of trust, that are going to look after the customers. And the other thing is, not contributing to the Google empire was really satisfying, because they're forever, you know, we had trouble with that too. You know, you get somebody out to do you harm, and they'd get on there and click your ad a few times on your website, and suddenly you get a letter from Google saying, you know, you've been false clicking ads. And you go, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. And the same thing. They've just got these automated systems that automatically respond to different things and don't get it right. Often don't get it right. And they don't care. Again, they don't care. But the amount of money that they save by having this stuff all automated, you know, it makes them a lot of money not having to pay staff to do this stuff, having a computer that does it, and then they know that it gets it wrong. And some people said that a few other channels have had the same problem that we have with this, you know, false accusations of duplication and had their monetization taken off, and it's cost them money as well. And you know, Google would know that a certain percentage it's happening to, and they don't care. Obviously, they're a big corporation, they're out to make money. It's all numbers, isn't it? They weigh it all up. They say, well, we save this amount of money a year by not having staff doing it, by having it automated, and we upset this number of people and lose this number of people from our revenue, and well, that's all they're interested in, you know. So little peanuts like us matter nothing to them. So all we can do about it, we can't do anything about it, can we? We know this is how big corporations act. Hey, just before we go on too, Facebook recently put our Facebook pages together on one business account and sent us this Google style email and said, you know, for your convenience, we've put your business Facebook pages, because we've got English Family Japan and we've got the Japan channel Facebook pages, we put them together for your convenience on one business account. You know, and same with Google style bullshit where they try and convince you they're doing it for your benefit, you know, and we know something's coming there too. You know, how long is it before Facebook start charging us money for our Facebook page or something? You know, there's something's coming. You know, we've seen this with Google, this is what they did with YouTube. Once they start to do stuff like that, they've got a plan. And they try and tell you it's all for your benefit, all to make you feel warm and fuzzy. And it's not. There's something's coming from Facebook, And while they've been doing that, they've broken other things. Some of you might have noticed some of your old Facebook posts from 6 years ago will start reappearing this week, like you reposted them and you didn't. So they've broken, as always, when they do stuff like this, make big changes, they break stuff. So yeah, something sus is coming from Facebook, and it's just the deal, isn't it? It's fair enough. There's always someone who defends the big corporations and says, oh, you know, Google's a wonderful company. That's great if that's your feeling, and it is true that big corporations are there to make money. That's what they do. We know that. But it's reasonable for people to discuss the ruthlessness and the lack of ethics that's often involved with these big corporations and the way they do business. Because, you know, basically our treatment, and a lot of people have said the last couple of months that the treatment we've received from YouTube has been really bad, and we think it has been too. You know, to automatically say, you copied other videos, which is a pretty low thing to you know, we've been making original videos for 10 years. So accusing us of that is a really insulting thing. And then to give us a $750 penalty for that, with no chance, not even telling us which video. Some of you might remember, we asked them, we said to creator support, which video did we duplicate? And he said that he wasn't allowed to discuss specific videos in his cut and paste, right? You're not allowed to discuss specific videos. So in other words, you know, you've copied a video, we're gonna give you a $750 penalty. Which video, we're not gonna tell you. So, unfair treatment. So again, look, what we'd really like to do, we've promised if we can get to our Patreon goal, which we're almost there. If we can get to our Patreon goal, while we're above the goal, every new video we put up, we will turn off the monetization. So there'll be no ads on the videos, which means you guys can watch videos without ads. And also, knowing there's no ad on the videos, satisfied knowing we're not contributing to the Google, the megalith that is Google, you know? Because that's a really satisfying thing. And it makes us a little bit more independent, because we are worried too that, you know, who knows what can happen with these guys. You know, we're always aware that at any moment our whole channel could disappear from YouTube. It's quite possible. It's happened to people before, hasn't it? And you know, we've got another channel on Daily Motion that we don't actively use, but it's there for this reason, that if suddenly our YouTube channel gets shut down, we just start posting our videos on Daily Motion instead, which means those of you who are following us on Patreon and on Facebook and in Twitter would still see our videos, because, you know, we just continue to post them on there. And that's the other reason why, to be separated from the YouTube income thing and not be earning money from YouTube at all, or from Google at all, just gives us that freedom. Having said that, we also know a lot of the people on Patreon have told us that they're supporting the channel because they want the channel to continue, and they want it to continue on YouTube, because that's the format they use. And we understand that. You know, the way YouTube's run is ruthless and horrible, but the actual platform itself is good for a lot of us. We appreciate it. You know, we watch videos on YouTube as well. So we, you know, from that point of view, we totally understand that people want us to stay on YouTube where they can watch us while they're watching their other YouTube videos. We understand that. And we respect that too, because the people who are supporting the channel on Patreon and actually putting their money where their mouth is, we listen to those guys. We won't ever let it affect our content though. Someone recently quite offensively suggested that we could be bought out, that if people on Patreon told us to make certain videos, you know, about fighting YouTube or something, that we would. That's pretty offensive. We will never have our content influenced by money, and never have had. You know, over the years, lots of companies have asked us to make videos about their companies, and we've never accepted any money for making a video about any company, because we don't want it to affect the content. We tell them it's editorial, and if we do make a video about a company, which we do for the English Friendly Directory, it's always editorial, and we never let them influence what we write. We will, what we say, we will listen to what information they give us, but we run that through our own sort of filter to make sure it's true, and it's you know, it's accurate and stuff before we'll actually say it. So we won't let the Patreon thing influence our content. It's why we didn't join Patreon for a long time. People had been pushing us for years to get on Patreon because they'd say, oh, we want to support your channel, get on Patreon, we'll support you. But that was what we're worried about, is selling out. We didn't want to sell out. And then some other people convinced us that, no, you're not selling out. Allowing people to support the channel so it continues is not selling out. That's just patronage, right? Same as somebody buying a newspaper or subscribing to television or something. So, and we find that's the way we feel about it now. It's actually, we thought it'd feel bad accepting money for continuing the channel, but it actually feels really good because it's a wonderful feeling to know that people are stepping up to support the channel because they like it that much. It really is good. It's really encouraging. We'll go the extra distance to make a video now if we know, you know, there's that interesting thing over there. We'll go there. You know, well, geez, we haven't got a lot of time, but let's go do it anyway. Or it's a little bit far, let's go do it anyway, you know? So we give it a bit more priority. And again, straight out maths, you know, if it wasn't for Patreon, we just wouldn't be making videos because we got a family to support and bills to pay, and the amount of time that goes into the YouTube thing, we just wouldn't be able to do it if we didn't have the support on Patreon. We'd be spending that extra time at work, you know? So again, those of you who are supporting us on Patreon, thank you so much. It's because of you that these videos are still happening. Those of you who aren't, please think about it, because if we can just get a little bit more, we're almost at the goal. If we can just get to that goal, we're always aware of where we are, of course. So while we're at the goal or above the goal, every new video we will turn monetization off, and you won't see ads on it. While we're below the goal, of course, you will see the ads. We won't turn them off. So which is fair enough, isn't it? So again, really appreciate your support, and really appreciate you watching the videos and enjoying them. And there's the answer to the question those people have been asking. Hey, I'm seeing ads again. What's happening? There's the answer. There it is. Anyway, thanks very much for your support. Thanks for watching. More videos coming soon.